Golf course borders Lake Michigan, so you have these wonderful vistas should you choose to look at that. But the course itself is almost like a links course, the way the holes roll around in amongst these sand dunes or bunkers. I've lost count of the number of bunkers. There are, I think, close to about 1,000 bunkers out there. But the holes themselves are a genuine test, and it will reward a lengthy play. We've seen that in the past champions there, but it's just a great test from the first hole to the 18th. That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
It can't be that good.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Bogey here yesterday. Now this for birdie. Frank, the good players continue to play good golf, even if they're not winning or in the top 5.
Yeah, that position's starting to look a little brighter than what it was at the beginning of the day. Now in the top 25.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So on a putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Now the stunning 188-yard par 3 third here at Whistling Straits.
Yeah, the green angles to the left. You have to be careful because it's well protected by those huge bunkers and dunes on the left.
Fraction off the center and headed to the right. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Made a par in his previous round. This time it's for birdie. That is an excellent lag putt right there. Had the speed perfectly. That is a solid par putt right there. And we pick up action at the 4th. Frank, this would be a good time to get it going. Made some pars to this point, but if you want to win, you have to make birdies.
Rich, I think the thought of winning has to be removed from one's psyche right now. You've just got to worry about what's in front of you. He just looks confused, forgetting about playing the actual game itself. Winning happens by a series of good shots. It's get back to the basics of playing golf.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Solid play, heart of the green. So a tester from 4 feet. Good putt. Frank, you've played all over the world. How unique is this hole, the 5th?
I've never really seen anything quite like this. On one hand, it's an extremely long par 5, but then on the other hand, you have all these options that are available.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the seagulls are walking to work. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep.
Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. Frank, where is that bit?
Well, thank God for small mercies.
Hole number 6, another scenic view off the tee. It's a 409-yard par 4.
Yeah, the hole is well bunkered around the 300-yard mark. Ideally, you want to have that tee shot just short of that. Then it's not too hard a second shot.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frank, what's the best way to play this shot at the 6th?
If you can hit like a bullet cut with a little bit of run on it, then there's a chance that you might actually be able to drive it on this green. But just be careful of that pot bunker that's sort of smack bang in the middle of this green. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Well, he'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or 2. Aimed the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Good par. On the 7th tee now, and a tricky 221-yard par 3.
If you have a look at the way in which Pete Dye has designed this hole, you can see that the green shapes away to the right. So if you can bring the ball in from the left, it's certainly desirable.
Frank, looks like he came over it just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Now this for birdie. Came away with a bogey on the previous round. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, just tons of bunkers on the right. You hope the wind is in your favor.
Yeah, and sadly, your mind just about picks up on each and every one of them.
And safely on the fairway.
Once again, a good lie. That makes such a difference. Takes so many variables out of play.
Frank, when we stop staring at Lake Michigan in the background, what should we be focusing on?
Well, somehow you're going to have to thread a long iron in between those bunkers right and Lake Michigan.
This is a good-looking shot. That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. And setting up here in the rough. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
Settles in over the putt. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
Frank, what about this downhill shot off the tee and the idea that you just want to sort of let that ball run toward the green down the hill?
Well, Pete Dye just gives you so many different looks throughout the front nine of Whistling Straits, and this really is the first example of this, plus the swirling winds that are created by that sort of tree and mounding on the right of this green. Quite spectacular.
Frank, now the second shot here at the 9th.
You can get caught with swirling winds here because of the trees and the protection on the hill on the right side. Another one to be very, very careful of.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. Well, the best players have landed here in the middle of the